All right, here we go. This bill that just passed in Florida a couple weeks ago, I just heard about it now. As you can see what it says down here, lawmakers set up election police unit to investigate and prosecute fraud cases in the future for future elections. Um, excuse me. Um, what I'm saying is, man, this is what we need here in Wisconsin, yo. For real. This is a great bill. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a great bill. I believe this bill will be a great idea for Wisconsin, but we already know. You know what I mean? Evers is not going for it. You know what I mean? He's a puppet where he at. Yes, I'm saying that these are my opinions. I own no right to this video, this clip that we're about to see. I'm only gonna let you see about 5-6 minutes of it, just this first portion of it, just so you can get an understanding of what I feel should be here in Wisconsin. Because it ain't hard to get an ID. If you really want to vote, you can go get an ID, like I did, and go vote. It's not that hard. If you really care about the process. If you don't care about the process, don't worry about the ID. But they're going to try to see, they always trying to say, oh, black, that's making it hard for black people. That's a motherfucking lie. That's a motherfucking lie, yo. On the real. There's brothers out here in the hood that if they was in this process, I mean, it's a few of them that worked hard too, that was in the process back then and went down there without a car and voted. They got their ID and went and voted. Some of them didn't have a job. Some of them just got an ID and went and voted. So don't give me that ID. And then you get a free ID when you want to vote. Think about that. So all that voter ID suppression and all this type of whatever they tried to do back in the day, bullcrap. This law right here, let's play the video. Oh yeah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave a comment, whether you like it or not. But do subscribe. Let the video play.
By talking about election integrity. And to start with, over in Florida, the state legislature has just approved a new bill which would tighten up election security by, among several other things, making the possession of more than 2 voter ballots a felony charge in the 3rd degree. Specifically, the new bill, which is officially called SB 524, it passed both chambers of the state legislature with a very strong majority. It passed the state Senate by a vote of 24-14, and it passed the state House by a vote of 76-41. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, this new law, it will make it a felony for anyone in the state to possess more than 2 ballots. Here's specifically what this new law says in relevant part. Quote, any person who distributes, orders, requests, collects, delivers, or otherwise physically possesses more than 2 vote-by-mail ballots per election, in addition to his or her own ballot or a ballot belonging to an immediate family member, except as provided in certain circumstances, commits a felony of the 3rd degree. Now, it's worth mentioning that previously, before this new bill passed the state legislature, possessing more than 2 ballots within the state of Florida was a misdemeanor. However, with this new, more serious classification, what it means in practice is that possession of over 2 ballots can now be punishable by a fine of up to $50,000, wow, as well as 5 years in prison. However, as I mentioned earlier, this was not the only election integrity measure within this new.
It'll deter people from having 2 ballots. Real talk. And this is not talking about the past. This is only talking about the future. So YouTube, calm the fuck down, please. All right? And I can cuss because this, god dang, I'm an adult. And this video ain't meant for kids. Calm the fuck down. I'm listening to what he's saying, and I agree with everything this bill is stand for. And we need this in Wisconsin. I don't care what nobody say. You can hate me or love me. We need this kind of bill in Wisconsin, and we got to get Evers out because this mother sucker ain't doing nothing but pandering up for our votes, especially the niggas' votes. Sitting in his office probably saying, yeah, we got to get the niggas' votes. Regardless of the fact, stop saying you're going to pass marijuana bills. We don't need to hear all that. We got bigger issues right now. The dollar's about to get dumped. You know what I'm saying? And Wisconsin is not secure enough because we done brought too many immigrants here too. And y'all think we don't know about that? Y'all snuck them in dead of night. We seen this. I'm on Guy and Sheboygan. They saw that shit, y'all. You dig? We ain't stupid, yo. Evers, you either stand up, be a man, and handle your business like a real man should. Get bills like this passed, man, so we know every time something happens, an election happens, it's free and fair. And it's no ifs, ands, or buts. Don't get in there and try to sleek something in there on these bills on the side, directing for it. You know what I mean? This is a great bill. Florida's governor is one of the best governors in the United States right now, or divided states of America right now. Florida governor, he the best. I give it to him. I wish he was our governor. But we got to get rid of Evers, man. He ain't jack. I don't care what nobody say about that and how you feel about it. That's the truth to me. These are my opinions, and that's how I feel.
Piece of legislation. And so besides this provision against owning more than 2 ballots, this new bill also imposes stricter voter ID requirements in order to vote by mail. It will outlaw the use of private funds for election-related expenses. And so, for instance, under this new law, you won't have a situation where Mark Zuckerberg can donate $500 million in order to help out with the elections in Florida.
That mask. Every time I see these people in these masks, bro, somebody sneezed, dog. That shit come straight through them little paper man looking masks. The masks don't block jack, yo. I hope they can breathe and their lungs ain't getting all weaker from that mess, man. And no, I'm not talking about anything else, YouTube. I'm getting tired of being struck because I'm pretty sure you finna try to kick me off this mother sucker sooner or later. It's ridiculous, man, that I gotta say this mess, man. These are my opinions. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the future. And if we still have a United States after these next couple years, because the way things going, this is fast track to the end of the United States. And I see it. People don't see it. They don't see the struggle ahead. Them jobs secure right now. Everybody good right now. But y'all don't see that struggle, man. It's a real struggle ahead of us. I'm trying to get this video short.
The new bill will also outlaw the use of unmanned drop boxes within the state.
Unmanned drop boxes. Like in Milwaukee, they're trying to put all them drop boxes down there. We need to get rid of all of them. Like they doing here, one per county, I think in is it Georgia or something like that? I don't know. I think it's Georgia. And it might be here. But it's one per county. Not 6, 7, 8, 9 and all around spread all over with nobody watching them. No, one box, man, either keep a camera on it 24/7, lock it down after a certain time at night, and that's that. Then, whoever wins, won't nobody ever question this situation, dog. Then YouTube won't have to go and block people because it blocks their democratic process. You feel what I'm saying? Because it goes against their democratic process. Democratic process. That alone right there says where YouTube stand. You feel what I'm saying? And YouTube, you can't get mad at me for saying this, man, because these are facts. I still got a copy of the thing in my paper, in my email. You said it goes against your democratic process. You didn't say it goes against the YouTube process of videos out here or the YouTube process. You didn't say that. You literally told me, at least in my thing, democratic process. That says what side you own and how biased you guys are too, in my eyes. And if you have a problem with my videos, instead of trying to strike me or something like that, hit me with an email, take it down, and tell me to change something. Instead of trying to strike me for every goddamn on thing, bruh. Real talk. And I'm not even saying that. I'm not even talking about the things y'all told me not to talk about. I X that junk out now. And I'm still feeling like I'm finna get a warning or a strike for nothing. This is a good bill. I don't care what nobody say. The whole United States need this bill. I don't care what nobody say. The whole United States, this bill need to be locked in the whole United States and in every state. And for those who are against it, that tells me you have a different agenda and you know why you won't be able to win in the future, because you don't have legs to stand on. You don't have no policies at all. Your only policies is racism. The systemic racism. Yeah, it's there, but it ain't as big as y'all make it out to be, yo. That's only policies y'all got to run on, yo. And then changing the demographic of America through immigrations, ridiculous. We know where them voters going, but the thing is, if we could protect the voting process with bills like these, no outside money to interfere with anything. You dig? For the future. I'm not talking about the past. So if I get struck again because of this video I'm finna post, I'm posting this one. That tells me a lot, man, about y'all real democratic process, man. This is some bull crap, bro. This is about the future. Fuck everything else. Fuck the past. This is about the future.
State of Florida. It also establishes a new timeline for election supervisors to clean up the voter rolls and get rid of ineligible voters. And then lastly, the bill establishes something that's called the Office of Election Crimes and Security. And this office, it's actually the first of its kind in the entire nation. It's essentially a police force within the state of Florida, which is dedicated specifically to investigating election-related criminal activity. Here's, in fact, how this bill describes this new election crimes unit. Quote, "The Office of Election Crimes and Security is created within the Department of State. The purpose of the office is to aid the Secretary of State in completion of his or her duties by receiving and reviewing notices and reports generated by government officials or any other person regarding alleged occurrences of election law violations or election irregularities in the state, as well as by initiating independent inquiries and conducting preliminary investigations into allegations of election law violations or election irregularities in the state." Meaning that this new office can not only initiate their own investigations of their own accord, but also anyone throughout the entire state of Florida, they can come to this elections unit and report any type of election misconduct, and they can investigate that as well. And once created, this office will be the largest of its kind in the entire nation. In fact, when Ron DeSantis first announced this initiative back in November, he laid out a plan to hire 25 law enforcement officers as well as investigators in order to staff this new election crimes unit. All right, there was something I forgot.
All right, man. Just ended this video, but everything about that bill, I 100% agree. Tell me in the comments if you agree or you don't agree. But you got to think of it like this. If there's nothing to hide, and in the future, as you got real policies, and you got real, you got real policies, not this fake BS running off racism and all this BS you trying to throw, the libs always throwing out there. Oh, it's because I'm a woman. It's because I'm black. It's because of this or that and the other. Well, have real policies then. Have real policies. And this bill right here need to be accepted in the United States Constitution. God dang it, I feel like that. On a real, that'd be real deal right there. And then every state, should no state be against it. Well, we already know California, which is part of Mexico to me, gonna be totally against a bill like this because Nancy Pelosi will be gone. You know what I'm saying? Because she has no policy. And her nephew has no policies. Or whoever the dude is, that Newsom or whatever that dude is in California. Think about that, yo. Think about this. That is a great bill, and everybody who is against it knows it's a great bill. That's why they're standing against it, and they don't want that bill to, they didn't want this bill to pass. And I'm glad it passed. Congratulations to the Floridians. Now, Wisconsinites, we need to focus on something like this because our GOP is not doing what they say they're going to do. And I don't know about the GOP, the conservatives up in Oshkosh area and all that that's running right now, trying to get in the school board and everything else. But I do know this. Any of them trying to get in the school board, they best to be claiming to get rid of CRT. I don't care. But this bill right here is the perfect bill to make sure everything from here on out to the future, hopefully anyway, if we have one here in the United States and we're not in internment camps for the bogus BS, hopefully anyway, it'll make sure everything's fair and square. Then the person can't sit back and say they did this, they did that. Nah, man. All that junk was investigated before it all closed down, bro. Literally, by both sides, not just a liberal side or conservative side, by both sides. You know what I'm saying? And then we have to follow the money or the currency. We gotta follow that to keep up with what people that's involved in these certain situations are getting paid under the table. Follow the money. Ain't that how y'all do drug dealers? Yeah, you know what I mean? You follow the money. You know who getting the drugs, who buying the drugs, who bringing the drugs in, don't you? Well, let's do the same here. Wisconsinites, let's get rid of Evers. He's nothing to me. And I know he failed a lot of us here. And I ain't trying to hear no marijuana bills no more. We got bigger issues now. And this bill right here is a perfect bill to get passed. And I mean, when you pass a bill like this, you got to make sure both sides is in this investigation type dealio. I'm not saying put conservative or Democrats on one side and the other. I mean, only to investigate. No, we want both sides. And that's why I say we need another party. Because the Democratic Party is played out. It's played out. They started back after Civil War, during Civil War or whatever. It was a racist party then, and to me, it's a racist party now. It's just a bunch of black faces in front of it. That's the only thing that changed. Y'all have a nice night tonight. But I'm out of here though, cause my wife is ready to go to bed, so I gotta get off the thing. So I can holler at her for a minute. You dig?